I want to thank all of you who are sharing videos on various um, ideas, methods, various formulas, ways um, to address, to treat, to combat this coronavirus. I want to thank you. Thank you to all of you who are just sharing general information. Maybe it's information about where people are catching the disease, who has the disease. Um, you know, some of you guys are sharing information on how to build homemade face masks. People are sharing information, and I'm going to tell you, one of the greatest tools that we have in 2020 is the internet, is social media. Social media can be used as a distraction to waste time, but it also can be used as a means of us unifying, being sharing information, speaking the same language with the various types of software that we have. I can speak in English, and someone could just put it on Google Translation and read it in their various language. So pretty much we all speak the same language, whether it's Spanish, English, Chinese, German. It doesn't matter. All you got to do is take that person's language and Google translate it into your language, and boom, you can actually get that information. So the universal language of 2020 is bits and bytes, and it's been that way ever since the information superhighway has been established. I want to continue to encourage everyone to join together with friends and family and loved ones and colleagues. Um, we have got we have got to do everything that we can in our own power to combat this disease. You know, if you have friends that are in the medical profession and they're doing videos, share those videos. Information is power. Information is power, and we live in information driven society. You know, I think it's sad that people have to always be told. You know, we have to be told by some government official, okay, now you guys can wear masks. You know, I was wearing my mask. I've been wearing my mask ever since this thing broke out. And honestly, um, I'm in Kern County, and I've been wearing a mask for probably the last 6 weeks. And some people made a joke about it. Like they made a joke about it. I'm like, I mean, they must not be reading. You know, I'm an avid reader. Being a stockbroker for so many years, you know, you have to read. It's information intensive. And so I could see how this thing was spreading throughout the world like crazy, like crazy. And I mean, even this week, I went to Home Depot maybe yesterday or 2 days ago, and I saw 3 or 4 workers out of maybe 100 wearing a face mask. And I thanked the three. Well, I thanked one of the three. And I said, hey, thank you for wearing the mask. I wanted to make it a point that, man, you guys are all up in front of people's faces. And, you know, when you're talking to, you're like, when you're 1 feet away from 500 customers in a day, you know, it's a good likelihood that that disease can be spread to you. You know, if if um if there's 100 people in your city who have the disease that have been tested, there's probably 1,000 who have the disease who haven't been tested. So just walking around happy-go-lucky, like nothing is happening, is not wise. And the thing is, we can be wise. We can fight the coronavirus. We don't have to wait for someone to go on national television and say, okay, it's time for you guys to wear a mask. And then all of a sudden we start wearing masks. You know, the power is with the people. The power is not some political figure telling you what to do. You know, you shouldn't have to have a political figure tell you, okay, stay home. No, you have to fight for your life, man. More importantly, fight for the life of your son. Fight for the life of your daughter. Fight for the life of your mom. Fight for the life of your dad. You don't know who's going to die of this thing. Yeah, the majority have been over 60, but there are people of all ages that have died. I want you to think about that. There are people that have died from this disease that do not have debilitating diseases. They don't have any other sicknesses. They were just perfectly healthy and they're dying from this disease. People who are under one, 1 years old, 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, 15 years old, 20 years old, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, and all in between. There are people of every age that have died from the coronavirus. Okay? Now, yeah, the majority are going to be older people and people with debilitating diseases. I agree. The majority. But when you have, let's look at the minority. If you have 1 million people that die from this disease, 1 million people, and let's say the minority is 100,000 people, that's a lot of people. 100,000 people is a lot of people, and so there could be 100,000 people. I mean, I think I've seen some forecasts as high as 2.2 million people dying. 2.2 million people, 10% is 200,000 people who are healthy. 200,000 healthy young people dying from this disease. This is not something you want to catch and try to figure out if you're strong enough to not die. Okay? This is something that if you can avoid catching it, by all means, let's try to avoid catching it. And in some instances, we may try to avoid catching it. We may still catch it. Like I said, I went to Home Depot. Yeah, I had my face mask. I didn't have my goggles on though, but I'm gonna start wearing my goggles now. And folks gonna look at me like I'm retarded, but it's okay. We've got to do what we can do to protect ourselves. And sometimes, no matter what you do to protect yourself, you still might catch it. Just because you're wrapping up and everything doesn't mean you're not gonna catch it, but you lower the chances of you catching it. And that's the thing, man. We got to lower the chances. Just because you don't smoke doesn't mean you're not going to get lung cancer. You might live in I live in Kern County. There are people who don't smoke who get lung cancer. We get asthma here. We get valley fever here. People get COPD in Kern County. They don't smoke, but by not smoking, you've decreased your chances by, man, probably 90%. Okay, so we have got to do what we can do to beat this disease. Social distancing has got to go beyond what leaders are telling us, what local leaders, what county leaders, what state leaders, what federal leaders. We don't need to wait for these people to tell us. We have got to come on social media and form social distancing clubs and social distancing organizations and start talking to each other and encouraging each other and entertaining each other and helping each other. We're a community. We're a community in Delano. We're a community in Kern County. We're a community in California. We're a community in the United States. We're a community on this planet called Earth. All of us, whether you're in Kenya, whether you're in Ghana, whether you're in France, whether you're in Germany, whether you're in Netherlands, whether you're in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, whether you're in Argentina, whether you're in St. Thomas or Nicaragua or Jamaica, no matter where you are, man, we are all one community. And we got to start sharing information and we got to start encouraging each other. And the other day, man, my sister sent me some money. Thank you, Antoinette. You're a sweetheart. Sweet. Nobody even asked her to do it, man. And if you see somebody online who's struggling, man, if you can, try to, they got something with the cash, the MoneyGram, that you can do the MoneyGram. You can download the app and you can send somebody a MoneyGram. And then all you got to do when you get to Walmart is show them the app. And it's quick. It's bada boom, bada bang, man. But help people out, man. Let's help each other. Let's help each other with information. Let's help each other. I saw some people on Facebook talking about if you needed some baby food. Somebody was offering some baby food. And people are offering different things, man. We got to join together as a community and we got to fight this coronavirus. Let's stop waiting and let's start uniting because the people united will never be defeated.